Hello, I'm Lerato Matala, and this is the 11th edition of Creatives Under Lockdown, where we focus on issues affecting artists. He wrote his first song when he was just 13 years old, but it was when he became a presenter for a hip hop show at a local radio station that he started taking music seriously. This week, I'm in conversation with musician Tzafenda. So, Tzafenda, you'll be releasing the single titled It's Alright on the 31st of July. Tell me a little bit about the song and the message behind it, and how did the collaboration with Mpo come about?
It's a personal song. It's a tribute to my moms and my family and everybody else who can relate to the struggles of life with your family, you know what I mean? Just to appreciate them, just to say, you know what, we've come through a long way through all the hardships and the good times, and we're still here. And the collaboration with them, Paul, came through a suggestion from a cousin of mine. They go through to the same church, and also I've seen some of his clips on Facebook singing. So I was impressed, and I was like, all right, okay, let me hit her up. Since well, we know each other anyway from back in Pretoria and Soshanguve. That's how I hit her up on the phone, and then she was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
These days, we are seeing more and more artists going independent. Why is this the case, and why did you personally choose to go independent?
Going independent is that you own everything and everything is 100% yours. That means the publishing, the marketing rights, the image rights. Those are the pros of going independent. That you basically everything that you have, your masters, the music is yours, doesn't belong to a record label. And the cons would be that distribution becomes a problem. But in this game of technology nowadays, you can also do that, via digital stores. So it has become easier for us independent artists to actually distribute now.
Tell me a little bit about your musical journey. How did it start, and what do you hope to achieve through your music?
The first song I wrote, I was 13 years old. It was a Kwaito song back in the mid 90s, when Kwaito was still the thing. But then the bug really bit me when I joined the community radio station as a hip hop DJ. So, where I was like DJing for quite some time, doing a hip hop show, and something crossed my mind to say I can actually, do the rapping because I enjoy it and yeah, I love it. And my kind of music that I'm doing is the music that is rhythm and poetry. It's the music and the message, basically. Try to foster societal change or to make a difference or to raise awareness of certain things that are happening in our lives or in our society.
What do you think of the hip hop music landscape in South Africa?
The hip hop landscape has grown a lot. I mean, since the days of Bafihlile, since the days of Jaiba, since the days of Prophets of the City, Gora Camp, Ammunition, and them, the guys who broke in early into the mainstream or commercial industry in terms of music in South Africa, who represented rap music or hip hop. And it has grown in leaps and bounds since then until today, the days of your Caspers, your AKAs, the days of your Nasty Season, Questa. But it has grown more in terms of more people producing or getting involved in producing hip hop music, more hip hop artists and production, and different styles of hip hop coming in. But in terms of the quality of the music, in terms of what we would call rhythm and poetry rap, the message has been lost quite a bit because it's been more of a turn up industry. You know what I mean? So I would say it has grown. It has had its pros and cons, growing commercially and creating careers for people, and also the quality of sound growing, but the quality of the message in the music and the craft itself, the delivery, not so much.
So your ID name is Tizrihangwe Nemanashe. So how did Tzafenda come about?
The name actually is something that I came up with a long time ago. It's both historical and both more of a description of who I am. The historical one would be that of Demetrius Tzafendis, the guy who killed Hendrik Verwoerd, the forefather of apartheid in South Africa back in the day, in the 80s, I think. And on the other hand, Tzafenda is a combination of two words. That is a fender, which is a hunter, Tsar, which is an emperor in Russian. So yes, I'm the emperor of hunting when it comes to the good music, the good food and soul music that can actually satisfy the people's idea of what rap should really be about.
Tell me a little bit about your background, where you grew up, and some of the things that molded you into the person you are today.
I was born and raised in Tshwane, born in Kalafong, that is in Atteridgeville, and raised in Soshanguve. So I'm a Soshanguve boy through and through. I'm from a huge family, yeah, a family of 6 children. That is one brother and 4 sisters. Basically, was raised by a single mom when my parents separated back in the early 90s. I was raised by my mom. And basically, the things that molded me or that shaped my view on life and how I came up or my character, obviously the hardships of life, having to, study hard, having to deal with the poverty and having to go to school and work hard for everything that you want without having father figure support or without having financial support from the parents. So it taught me a lot of things. I got to witness a lot of things earlier on in my life and be responsible for my life and that of the members of my family.
So, after releasing It's Alright, what is next? What can people expect? Is there an album coming up?
The aim is to have completed 3 albums by August, not to release 3 albums by August. By August, we'll just have the single out. We try to push it, market it, and make sure that it is well received on all platforms. That is traditional media, that is digital media, and everywhere else that we can get it. And yes, there'll probably be more collaborations, more with some of the people that I've already worked with, like Mpo, and hopefully some collaborations with some MCs or rappers, as people like to call them today. Because so far, I haven't done anything with rappers. I'm 20% into the second album, but yeah, I haven't done anything with rappers yet. So yeah, there's still room for collaboration and improvement. Yeah.
For the next edition of Creatives Under Lockdown, you can visit sabcnews.com or at SABC News on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. For SABC Digital News, I'm Lerato Matlala.